Leo, you psychic little lion, you have been having major psychic downloads recently. Oh my god, you just are knowing things. So this is such a super watery reading so far. We've got the Princess of Cups, also known as the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, our goddamn High Priestess here, and then as we go on, I've got the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Cups. So we'll look at these cards together, pull more to clarify, but let me first take you back to late October. You had a huge psychic breakthrough, Leo. You had, perhaps it came through a dream, some sort of a message, some sort of a sign, but now you just know things, and you've been knowing things. It looks like October was very pleasurable for you in terms of romance, in terms of creativity, in terms of dating perhaps. You've been feeling really optimistic in these areas of your life. You're feeling very in touch with your inner child recently, Leo. This might have you just picking up, it might have been you picking up a hobby recently. It might have you like getting back into the dating scene or enjoying yourself on the dating scene, having fun with friends, just like really tapping into your passions, and that's been filling you up and really reconnecting you to your inner child. Page of Cups. And dating seems to be going well. There does seem to have been a psychic download that's been presented to you, Leo. You might have been dealing with a water sign, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio that has kind of given you this inclination or helped this sort of psychic download to manifest for you, or they've been putting out clues, or you've just seen something with another person that you're like, aha, this makes sense. There's a big download. If you're dating somebody, you've had a download about that type of person and you've become very clear on the kind of person they are. They look like they're pretty good to me, if that's what's coming through. Aha, so we'll take it to November, the Sun card. Well, the Sun is your ruler, Leo. And you know what? It's all becoming very, very clear to you this month, isn't it? Like you just are, it's like the light has been shone and now you can see everything clearly again. So the Sun is in Scorpio until the 21st of November. So let's put these cards up until the 21st of November then. Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups. You've realized that you need to put your own happiness first at this time, Leo. And that might actually involve Lord of Abundant Success, the Eight of Cups, leaving something in the past, leaving something behind. Okay, so what does this look like? It doesn't have to be a complete end of a chapter, but it can be the end of a paragraph in the book. You can end something in your field at this time in November. You can walk away from something or let something go or just drop it. It doesn't mean it has to be a definite cutoff and a complete ending, but something is kind of being geared up to reach a turning point or a culmination. Around that time on the 19th of November, there is a full moon in the sign of Taurus. So check out where Taurus is in your birth chart, Leo. That's going to give you an indication as to where a turning point, wrapping up, or some sort of an ending may occur for you this month. In what area of life will be kind of based on what area of your chart, your house, what area of life that's going to represent basically. So you need to put yourself first this month. That's the Queen of Cups message. You have a lot of love to pour out, but the Queen of Cups asks for inward, okay? So they're receptive in the tarot. So they're asking you, your guides, your angels are asking you to take all that love that you have, Leo. And I've been around that Leo expression of love. It's so warm, it's so uplifting. Oh, I feel so great being around Leos. But that needs to be directed inwards at this time. And then I think, Leo, you get to figure out what needs to go, okay? As we move forward, we have the card for Sagittarius. So let's put this when the Sun moves into Sagittarius on November 21st, Temperance. Now you feel so much more enlightened. You feel lighter, a weight off your shoulders. There is a card that is a huge weight on your shoulders following directly after the 10 of Wands, and then it leads to the 9 of Wands. Okay, that's good. We like to see that digress, and like we like to see the diminuendo rather than this building up again. So after you have directed that love inside yourself, you realize what is not fulfilling for you anymore, and you close that part of the journey, or you end that chapter or paragraph, if it's only a paragraph, with a full stop. Done. And then you feel like you can ascend, you feel more in tune with yourself. The Temperance card tells me that like the external manifestation of your inner peace is manifesting too. Everything's calmed down, everything's manageable at that point. So now you can tackle what you've tried to tackle before, and this seemed to be too heavy, too burdensome, too much work to take on before. Now you can do it because there was something emotionally that you needed to let go of that perhaps was difficult to, and now it's just cleared the way for you to take on this massive project, this big body of work, this big commitment, this huge responsibility. For some, this is going to sound like a burden, I'm sure, but the 9 of Wands, we digress from the 10 of Wands, so the problems do not worsen, they actually become a little less and less as time goes on. So this is a good indication for me that the project and the hill that was too high to climb, now that you've unburdened yourself from some of the emotional baggage, by the end of the month, these problems are becoming manageable. Hell, you've even gotten rid of a wand. You've delegated that wand to somebody else. The 10th wand wasn't necessary. You might even be able to delegate some more. Let's look at these cards together, Leo, and see what else is coming through for you. The Princess of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess. What's coming through for these cards? What was the nature of all this joy, and what was the nature of your psychic download, Leo? You figured out how to make yourself happy, I think, and do what makes you happy. More importantly, you figured that out. Queen of Swords. Great. Sword of Truth, Sword of Clarity, Sword of Knowing. Ace of Wands, fabulous energy coming through for you guys. Okay, so this download that you had and all this joy that you've been experiencing are linked because of you allowing yourself to live in your truth, to live in your joy, to live from your heart space. You've been awarded insight, clarity, information, knowledge, and your inner truth. Wow, this is the card of inner truth and inner knowing. Combined with the High Priestess, it's the truth, like the factual truth, the objective truth that you understand now, and your intuition. Like, I mean, that is really the true truth, isn't it, for every individual? Because let's face it, objective truth, what is that? Everyone's truth is different, everyone's perspective is different, everyone decides what's truthful based on their own perspective and feelings and knowing and experience. So you have both of these combined now, so I'm gonna pretty much say you're onto the truth right now, in all facets of that. Like, you understand things now, information has come your way, perhaps in the Queen of Swords, even through an air sign, you know, somebody told you something and you're like, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, I've been thinking about it too, I feel that, it resonates, yes, and you just know then, deep down, you know in your gut that that's true. So the Ace of Wands, what, right, okay, so this came through like a gush of fucking energy for you. Like, the Ace of Wands is that just pure inspiration. If we could bottle the energy that the Ace of Wands brings about in us, we would be limitless in our creativity, our insight, our inspiration, our efforts. But this comes when we need it, and you've been awarded some sort of surge of energy, some sort of surge of inspiration now, of passion, and you're invigorated. So that's great. So maybe all these little pastimes you've been doing, your hobbies, your passions, they've really ignited a flame within you, and you just know, that's all I can say. You know now, Leo. So the Sun card, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, that's coming up in November for me. So what, I get the sense that something is going to be heightened in terms of, yeah, I'm not going to read all of these cards, but I do see the Moon card coming through here. So the Sun and the Moon, the Sun in Scorpio, the full moon is going to be happening opposite the Sun in Scorpio in the sister sign of Scorpio, Taurus. So what is that going to reflect? Some things that are not fully disclosed yet will continue to come out for you. So while you think you know it all, and you're damn close, Leo, right? It will become almost undeniable to you that there are still things that you do not understand. And we never know everything, right? That's just so great though, when we have our minds open to continuously learn and take in new information and insight. That's growth and evolution. But the Moon card says that full moon things will become more unveiled, shall we say. It is a partial lunar eclipse as well, so think of a hypercharged full moon energy when this is an eclipse, because that means it's happening near the lunar nodes of destiny and karma. So something is still to come to light this month. Let's keep going and clear these cards up. And that might That might influence your decision to leave something behind, or just decide, you know what, that's not going to be right for me. So let's clear up the Sun card even more, the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups then. You this month love yourself too much, Leo, to continue to like stick with something that is not fully satisfying you. The Three of Swords. Ouch. And in reverse, the Star card. Okay. So for some of you, you fear hurting somebody if you tell them the truth. For some of you, you fear letting people down if you abandon the project, or if you even, leave the relationship behind, the job behind, the place behind, the family member. You tell them, I'm sorry, I have to do what's right for me. And that does involve moving home or moving out of home, something like that. Something that is no longer satisfying you becomes quite clear to you this month. And your biggest hang up is not that you're not able to do this, or not that it's not going to make you happy. Your hang up is this is going to really upset other people and hurt them and let them down. The Star card, you fear that you won't be able to heal from this, and you fear that other people will not be able to heal from this. You fear that you're letting people down so much that nothing will ever resolve itself again, and it's giving you a real feeling of pessimism. So perhaps when the Star reverses, we know that this is not a terrible card in reverse. In upright, it's wonderful, but reverse, the healing and hope and optimism is really still within reach. You just have a block there, and I think this block will be released slightly when you just pull the band-aid off. And even though somebody may not be happy with your choice, Leo, ultimately you need to make this choice so that you can ascend to greater optimism. And Temperance card, ascend to a higher spiritual purpose. Okay, it's a very spiritual time of the year. The crossover between Scorpio season to Sagittarius season is one of the biggest kind of energetic portals of the zodiacal year. Scorpio season is when we are deeply reflecting on our psychological triggers and our unresolved wounds and any kind of trauma that we have buried in the unconscious mind. The Star card invites you to begin to heal any of the unconscious mind traumas that have been buried, the thoughts we do not like to think about, the things that are too painful and threatening to our ego and conscious mind to look at. You are being invited to do that, and for some of you it just means telling someone the truth, because it's going to set you free. Okay, not an easy task, but after that things just get easier and the workload becomes easier, and your duties, your burdens, your tasks all become more manageable. So let's see, this looks like it's a different story. This looks like it would be something that you're actually able to start tackling. It could be just unboxing the big file of facts of 10 wounds, 10 wands, and we've let one go and we've healed one, we've forgiven, we've processed, we've understood. Now they become a little less. It could be that. Or it could be what I think it's you being able to tackle something that seems too difficult right now. So let's have a look at 21st of November going into the start of December. What are the energies coming through to support Temperance, 10 and 9 of Wands? In reverse, the Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups, my bad, and the 9 of Pentacles coming through. So yes, the thing that you have to do looks like it's going to hurt a friend, a loved one. And I'm sorry, it's difficult to hurt people. I really do understand that. There is perhaps a way you can do this where it's just like you speaking in your authentic truth, and you don't need to be callous or cruel with your words. You can be sensitive, you can be loving and compassionate, but the important thing is that you get your message out there. It does seem like this might even affect a friendship or a kind of close relationship for you. Okay. You might be telling this person that you've been dating casually that this isn't working out anymore, okay? 9 of Pentacles, that's good. We have a 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles together now. That's good. So it's a period now of introspection and reflection, and you can take time and take stock to go over what's happened in October and November. And you have like balance in your life again, where you have the time to sit with this and see it clearly. The 9s are like, we're getting very close to the ending on something, but also they offer a tangible period of reflection and seeing what you've you've done. The Nine of Pentacles tells me that money is going to be really good for you by the end of the month, and you have the resources that you need, and you're feeling a lot more independent and self-reliant. Like you've proven to yourself that you can do something, and you should be very proud of yourself. It takes a lot of courage to stand up to somebody, to stand up for yourself, Leo. It takes a lot of courage to let people that you love down, when you know that it's in the highest and best thing for you to do is not to let them down, of course, but to do the thing that you fear will let them down. Leo, have a great month in November. If you're interested in your personal astrology for the month, I do have a video out on my channel called November Astrology for Scorpio Season, and it's going to have all of the astrology for each sign of the zodiac time stamped below according to the rising sign. So head over and check that out. Thanks for watching, Leo.